Alright, in this video we're going to try something new. Something I've never tried before. We're going to try to turn this old 1750s wine bottle glass into some wearable jewelry. Stay tuned. Well, you could be going on a trip to failure with the Gigmaster here. Not sure yet. We haven't tried this before, and it's a lot involved here. Actually, Buddy started off doing this. He bought what's called a microwave kiln. You can actually put this deal in the microwave, and it actually heats up and will melt glass. Super hot, you know, probably 1500 degrees or something, you know, super hot. And but you got to be very careful with it because of the thermodynamics of material. For example, this ceramic dish right here, when you heat it up, it's got to be heated evenly, so the whole unit comes up to temperature and it cools down at the right temperature. If not, it will explode because you heat one side and the other side, bam, it'll blow up. And that's what happened to Buddy. Somehow it's not as regulated in the microwave, and it actually heated and cooled down at two varying degrees. And Buddy said it exploded into a million pieces, just blew up. So what we're going to try to do today is we're going to try to use my kiln. And I should be able to regulate that where I can bring it up to temperature a little bit slower, and I can let it go down a little bit slower. And that's what we're going to try to do. It's still not like a, you can buy what they call tabletop kilns, and they are more regulated. If you get the one that's got control, some of them are not controlled, but if you get one that's got controls, I guess you could raise it a little slow and drop it down slow. We don't have one about $800 for a decent one. So we don't want to spend that yet until we see what we can do. So what you got to do first is, because it's got to dry, you got to coat this with boron nitrate. It's a chemical that allows the glass to release out of this, because if you don't, the glass will stick to the ceramic and you won't get it out. You have to break it, get it out. So you got to put a release agent in here, and we're going to get that right now. This is it right here, boron nitrate, and we are going to spray some of that on here right now, so it's got to dry, so it can be drying. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go outside, and we're going to take some small pieces of glass. We're not going to take this, but we're going to take some glass, and you got to break it in a little fine, almost powder, to put in here so it will fuse together and mold. I think we'll get some nice coloring, you know, from the old 1700s glass and all into it. So we're going to see how that works. So let's go ahead and get the boron nitrate out. I've been shaking up. It's got a little ball in here. It had completely got hardened bottom. So if you do get this, you got to make sure you shake it enough until that ball comes loose, and you get it good mixed up. You hear that ball shaking it now. It was not at first. So it sits for a long time, and the chemicals in here will go down and harden at the bottom. So you got to make sure you get a good shook up. All right, let's get this spray on the bottle. It comes with the sprayer, so we're going to put the sprayer on, spray this out. Probably put 2 coats on it, let it dry. That way we'll be ready when we get our kiln ready. So let's go ahead and do that first. Here we go. All right, here's my first shot at this. You should get a complete, all right, looks like it's spraying pretty evenly. I'm going to go ahead and cover the whole outside edge over here. All right, it looks like it actually sprayed on pretty good. Very uniform. We'll let that dry and put one more coat on just to make sure we got everything covered. Looks good, though. I like it. All right, now we got to crush some glass. So what I did is this right here. This is one of my old crucibles I melt the aluminum in. I welded a hammer on the end of it here, so I can just crush it up in here. I've washed the glass off in here, so what we'll be doing is, that's ice. It's still a little cold out here. Put some of this in here and see how it crushes. What do y'all think? Think I can crush it? Yeah, I think it's gonna work. Let me work on this for a little bit and see how it works. It's wet, so it's not any dust involved to it, but we gotta crush this down to little tiny pieces. All right, stay tuned. All right, breaking that glass a little harder than I thought, but we do have some pretty good chunked up pieces right here, as y'all can see. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill these up. They got little holes here so that it'll be a pendant, a heart-shaped pendant out of 1750s glass. If it works! We don't know if it's going to work yet. But what we're going to do now is we'll eventually weigh this into this so we know exactly how much it needs. But right now, this is a little test run, so we're just going to see if it melts, if it works. And after that, we'll start getting a little more technical with it and see how it does. But right now, we're going to see if it even works first. We've got to get our process down before we get it straight all the way around. All right. Might just move that around just a little bit so that it seems like it's even everywhere. All right, we're going to add a little bit more up to it because it'll melt down, I would assume. So let's add a little bit more in here. I'm gonna like I say, smooth it all out here in just a minute. All right, she's getting in there pretty good. I think we got enough for the first test run of the Gigmaster jewelry here. 1750s jewelry. I love it. All right, I'm gonna get a little Q-tip and kind of smooth this all out a little bit so it's all nice and smooth. And then we'll be ready to fire it up. Stay tuned. All right, as you see, we got the mold positioned in my kiln with the fire right there. I'm gonna start off really slow, let it slowly heat up. Too much heat real fast in here, and this will be cold, and it'll crack. And it still might. It could be a failure in here. I don't know yet, but you know, it's never a failure if you learn something from it and keep getting up. It's never a failure. So that's the way I look at it anyway. So let's go ahead and fire it up and get it heating up. Here we go. Fire in the hole. Taking it nice and slow at first. You see the red glowing over there against the other edge. We'll take it nice and slow right now. We might end up changing the direction of the flame toward the ceramic once it gets warmed up a little bit. Let's let it get warmed up for a little bit, and then we'll go from there. All right, we have not had any explosions yet, and it actually looks like the glass is starting to glow red. That's a good sign. It's not melting yet, I can tell, but it is starting to glow red. So maybe it's gonna work. We'll see. Stand by. All right, check this out. Everything is glowing red down in there. Let me zoom in here. Even the glass in it is definitely red, but it's not melting yet. Well, it's starting to melt a little bit, I think. I think we might be getting there. Woo! I like it. All right, stay tuned. Won't be long now. All right, my kiln is baked up to max power right now. And I can see it melting, but it's not completely formed in there, so I don't know if it can work. We'll let it sit here for a little while longer for sure. But it's up to max power, I can tell. Woo, it's hot coming out of there too. Man, I kind of blocked the wind over here because the wind affects the intake over here and causes some issues. So we're blocking the wind best we can. Good windy out here today. Alright, I may see a crack in the mold. It is red, red hot. The whole mold is glowing red. But I think it might have a crack in it, which means it'll be a one-shot deal. The glass doesn't seem like it's fully melted into it, but it is melted, but not completely melted, so I don't know. We'll see. It is hot down there. Let me get up high so you can see it. It is melting, but I see a little crack in it, I think. Alright, only time will tell. Alright, we got it off of the kiln, and check it out. You can see the crack in it. I have not taken it apart yet. All the boron stuff is all over. Just touch it, gets all over you. But as you can see, it's broken into, looks like two pieces. Looks like a crack right there too, but just two pieces. So we might be able to use that one again, actually. Might be able to use both of them again, actually. Let's see if this, there you go, it came out. That stuff makes it so it doesn't stick now. I'm going to have to wash it up, but it did melt. The glass did melt, form a little heart. We'll clean it up, see what it looks like. Let's see if these will come out. Oh, they just came right out. No problem. That's that stuff right there that keeps them from sticking. And it did work. Well, it's kind of a unique heart. Check it out. It's different for sure. It's a one-of-a-kind 1750s glass. And it did all the way melt. As you can see, you still see kind of cluster, but it's nothing sharp on it. It definitely melted, fused, but it didn't get into a liquid form, which is what I was hoping. This one probably did better than the three. We're going to clean these up a little bit and check them out, so stay tuned. Here's all three of them right there. Let me wash them up and check them out. All right, we got semi-success and semi-failure, I guess. We got three hearts right there. They came out pretty good, actually, I think. They're not bad. Didn't completely melt, but they are combined, and there's no glass or nothing on it, so not bad. But we did have a broken mold, which I think we can still use again because it still sits up straight. I can heat them up just like that as far as I can tell. So we might not have completely done that. It looks like a crack right there to me, but yeah, it is a crack right there. We'll see how it holds up on another heat. All right, I think that's it for this test run right here. All right, we're going to call that a wrap on that. We do have 3 hearts that can be worn, actually. And they're not bad. They're very unique looking. Made from 1750s glass, which is pretty cool. But I think I might have made them a little too thick. Next time I'm going to make them a little bit thinner, I think, is one of the keys. And make the glass smaller. We got a lot of learning to do yet, but maybe we'll make some cool stuff with those. So stay tuned for that. All right, appreciate everybody coming along. Don't forget to click like, comment below, share, and subscribe to the Gigmaster. It's only our first try. Stay tuned.